Hey everyone, and welcome back to another devlog. Today I'm going to be going over all of the latest additions to my indie game, Powerful. That's the last one. Blood Antlers. I'd like to state that the game is now changing a little bit more direction, but that's not a bad thing. And it does not. There's not going to be any massive revamps. I'm just changing the direction and how I want the wave system to go. Basically from a linear progression of level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. to a roguelike progression format instead, just so there's not, it's easier to add content and to give the game more to it rather than just having a set of levels and hoping that be enough. So yeah, there's been a lot of changes since the last time, huge improvements, so I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you today. Let's jump straight into it. So last time, what I did is I showed off the different developments in clips format. This time I'm just going to go. I'm in the project as you can see now. I'm actually going to change the field of view a little bit so it's easier to see. So this is currently the still obviously block out form for the visuals, but it's not a bad thing. It's just an easier way of building up the mechanics first and doing visuals later. So just to quickly go over what the map is, this area is where the enemies spawn from. This is the kill zone in case any spawn off the map, which shouldn't happen. This is the nav mesh, which controls all the AI movement. And then here we have the player's base. This is the HQ, the main thing that if it gets destroyed, you lose. Then we have the resource upgrade totem, which upgrades how many resources you get at the end of each round, which I'll go into more later. And then here we have the walls, the gate, and the defensive towers. The defensive towers, I will say, not implemented yet. These are just basic. I've just started preparing them for the code that's going to be unloaded to them. But anyway, so I will just play it and kind of talk about how each thing works as the game goes on. So last time, I don't think there was much UI in the game, and there still isn't visually speaking, but in top left, you can see there's a stone and blood ruins counter. Those are your currencies for the game. And then you have the wave counter on the top, and then it's a little prompt in the bottom right, which shows how to start the wave. So as you can see here, this is the basic block out for play. It's going to be a third-person game. And this is the HQ, which if it gets destroyed, you lose the game. This is one of the latest additions, which is the resource upgrade totem. So we press E, we can upgrade this. Can't upgrade it yet because we don't have any ruins, but that's fine. Now, as you can see, it is wave 1, and we have absolutely nothing. So I've got some developer tools which I can use, so I can give myself some resource basically pressing 4. So the first thing I want to show off is the resource totem, which is hard to show off without playing the game. I'll explain how it works instead. At the end of each wave, you get a set amount of rewards, which is multiplied by the wave number, and it, as in the stone ruins, the blood ruins, whatever amount you're going to get is multiplied by the wave number. But this is also multiplied. That multiplier is then multiplied by this, which is the resource totem. At level 1, it's just a one-time multiplier, so it doesn't do anything. But then if I upgrade it, it will go to higher degrees of multiplication. Which currently, big things that you have to add to make sure the player understands what these are is how much this costs and how much it upgrades by. So the player is just, okay, I'm going to upgrade this for no reason. Because currently, this makes no sense on how it affects the gameplay. Now, as for the building system, there's still only the one building in because I just want to keep the systems nice and light. Now, as you can see, it's doing this, which you're probably wondering, why is it doing that? And then if I do this, it does that. So basically, what I implemented to solve this issue is the buildings can't be placed on our building. So I'm pressing left click now, it's not placing. It only places on the floor, which I think I covered in the last video, but what was happening is these all have collision boxes on them. And what was happening beforehand was, yeah, sure, this works, but if I put a collision box on the spawner, it's trying to place on top of itself, or was trying to. Now there's a collision on it, which means I can't place it on itself, basically. Which I can't remember why. Oh, so you can't place spawners within spawners, which I'll demonstrate now, and you can place them on the floor. And then I only have 2. If I try to place one now, it doesn't do anything because I've run out of blood ruins, as you can see. Now, here we have the spawners, which have the level system built into them as well. So if I want to go up and level them, as you can see, we've got level 1, 2 level 1s here. We're going to upgrade that, and this demonstrates the, what's it called? The statistics of it. So how many units it will spawn, every so often seconds, and how much health it has. We can only upgrade to we can't level 3 because we have to do level 2 first, which costs 2, and then we can't do level 3 because we haven't got enough stone ruins. That's now level 2. And just to show off the save system is working, when you upgrade this, it saves it into system. So I'm going to back out the game, reload it, and there is the 2 things still there. As for the walls and stuff, they're just already there, so don't have to save those as much. But yeah, the save system works. So I'm going to upgrade both of these to level 2 to make the level a bit easier, which turns down, upgrade the health and decreases the spawn cooldown, which is great. And yeah, let's start the game. So the round starts, and as you can see, we have the troop limit in the top left. So for every spawner that gets placed down, what basically happens is it increases the total spawn limit. And then when a unit spawns in, it will add to this and decrease that. And when it gets to the max, it will stop spawning until units are killed, which will then allow for more to be spawned. So as you can see, they've gone off to fight the incoming enemies, which are now not set based on what level they are or what wave you're on. The way it works now is if you're on between waves 1 and 4, it will be the easy wave. So it will basically randomize from the set amount of light enemies that there are, and it will spawn them in at random, as well as how the amounts will change. That's all randomized pretty much to make each wave different, and that basically allows for the roguelite aspects to come into the game. Now, as you can see, these are pretty easy currently. We're not having too much trouble here. They are cutting down our soldiers pretty easily. But as you can see, we've got 2 more on the way. And you saw there, it was troop limit 3 out of 4, now it's 2 out of 4 because only 2 out of 4 remain. And they're just come and fight them, and we can kill them. I do want to show the destruction mechanics. So I'm actually going to spawn in a bunch of boars. This is a developer tool, so that won't be in the game, obviously. And I'll just let them overwhelm my defenses really quickly, just to show off what happens now. And then I'll show off what happens if you win the round. So as you can see, they're all coming towards the gateway now. One issue I'm having is obviously there's no collision thing here. And so the enemies can literally just walk through, which I don't particularly like. As you can see, they are doing what I want them to do now. They're attacking the gate. There goes the gate. There goes the wall. And they're rushing straight through. And there goes the spawners. They're going to go down really quickly. As you can see, gone. And then this one should be gone as well. And then goes the next ones. Now, oh, hang on. No, we've got some more spawners. I need to disable that. Basically, they destroyed the chief hut. And then it goes back to the tutorial level, which is a pretty different thing. So, if I now reload the game, as you can see, everything is still there. Now, this is how the reloading system works. I am going to give myself a bunch of these because I want to show off now what happens if you win the level. So we're going to place a bunch more of these down and give them some upgrades. So let's head over to here. And we're going to upgrade this one to level 3. And we'll upgrade this one to level 2. And we've got some more blood ruins, but I will just save them for the next round. Let's begin the wave. As you see, spawn limit has been increased by 10, up to 10, because there are 5 spawners. And so they're all heading out now to go fight off the enemies. Now, and I'm going to just spawn in a bunch of extra spear warriors, which are adding to troop limit. In fact, I will now spawn in 10 to show that I can add more, which we're not going to do because it will break the game. But now what's happening is in about 10 seconds, level 3 should spawn in one, but it won't do that because it's reached the capacity, which I don't know if I need to explain or show off, but I'm going to show off anyway just to demonstrate that it works. It's been about 30 seconds now, and the game is not spawning in there because it's reached the limit. And there you go. One spawned in to fill in the gap, and none of the others did. So that's all good. They're heading out, finishing off all the enemies. There's about 5 waves of enemies. You see they're spawning in from the sky, hit the ground, and on the way they come. And what other things have I added to the game? I will go into the blueprints as well, because I've learned how to use maps and functions and arrays and stuff, which I wasn't using previously. And by using them, the game is significantly better now. And it will just explain how all the things work. So let's head over to them. Yep. Should be close to winning now. I think it's every 20 seconds enemies spawn. Obviously, the units won't be able to get to because there'll be like a barrier there, and this will be like the foggy forest. So the foggy forest is a bit of a gimpy sounding name, but Just picture it. Okay, and there we go. We won the wave. So puts it to wave 2, resets everything. Obviously, nothing was damaged, so it's hard to show that off without then losing the level. The balance is still a bit off. And as you can see, we've gained 1 blood ruin and 3 stone ruins because it is... Oh, sorry, 2 stone ruins because or 1 stone ruin. 1 stone ruin and 1 blood ruin because it was wave 1 and it multiplies by that. And then if we upgrade the resource totem, it changes that and incrementally adds more and more. So that's all of like the gameplay to show off. So I want to now go into some of the blueprints for stuff and just demonstrate how things are working. So this is my blueprint setup. Everything is nice and colored. We're going to go to the save system first and show off how this all works. So the things that are being saved is the resource totem level, troop limit, wave, building data, which is broken up into a structure as shown here, location, the type, the level, and the display name. As all of the data for each building is stored based on its display name, which is then going to be called in... Is it the build system? It's not the build system. It's going to be the game mode. I'm trying to remember. Yes. So here's the game mode. This is what everything runs on. Here's the unit death, for example, which is using a map. And basically, if it's a light enemy, it has 1 capacity, medium is 4 capacity, heavy is 10. So that's how that works. Then we have the check for remaining enemies. So this is how you win or lose the game. What happens is this gets called once the last wave has finished being spawned, which is going to be shown off in the wave system. Sorry if you can hear clicking. I'm not sure how to avoid that. So this is the wave system and how it all works. So this is the spawn sequence, but I'll show it here first. So when the wave starts, it's going to get the wave difficulty, which is going to basically be found through a check. If it's a medium wave, it is going to set the wave to medium, for example, and then easy, hard, and impossible. And this is all based on, for example, if you're past wave 15, it sets the difficulty to impossible. If you're past wave 9, hard, and number 4, wave 4, medium difficulty. So that's how the difficulty gets set. Then we go into switch on string. So dependent on the wave difficulty, which is shown by the string, it will go easy, medium, hard wave. So let's say we got easy wave. What then happens is it's going to have 4 different spawn types, and we're going to first set up the wave. So what is going to spawn during the round? Currently, there's only 1 troop in the game or enemy in the game, which is the 4. So it just adds that to all of them. But what usually would happen is this would be a randomized system, which can choose from any of the different things. So in the wave setup, let me get this here. It will add to a 4. It can add any of these, and it will do this at random. So there will be 5 different easy enemy types which can be added. So as you see, 0 to 4 is basically 5 different options, 0 to 4. And then once it's added these, it will then do on completed, goes to here, and here we go. So it gets a little bit more complicated. So what it will do is it will set a timer immediately after it spawned the first one, which will be 25 seconds, which can be changed depending on how difficult or the difficulty, and it will loop. What will happen is it will loop 5 times every 25 seconds, and it will spawn in a class, which I will have to say may be a little bit challenging because the behavior tree won't be the same for all the different enemies. So currently how it's working is it will go, okay, it's a boar. If the wave in the wave setup, it says, okay, is it a boar? It will spawn in the boar of the based on a class. And then this can be done for all the different enemy types. But there are going to be siege units, which will only target walls. These boars target anything. So the behavior tree will also have to employ the same randomized system. And it will do this it will get a random location within the spawn area, spawn it in, and once it's done that 5 times, it will then cancel or clear the time by handle, and this is based on the amount of times amount of spawn waves happened. This is obviously based on that. Hang on a second. Does this see bug fixing? My apologies. This is the wave. Right here, so current spawn target. So it will spawn in it will spawn 5 of this, of whatever this is, and then it will do this again, and again, and again, and again. It will do 5 sets of 5s, basically, and each set will be the current spawn wave. Once the amount of waves that have been spawned equals above 5, it will then clear, and then it will check have all enemies been spawned, and then it goes to get to game mode, and that's when it will begin checking, okay, how many are left, to say whether it's won the game. And that's how the wave system works. Back into game mode though, sorry, that was quite a tangent there. There's nothing extra to talk about here apart from the reset of buildings. So buildings are quite a hefty one to implement. So we're going to spawners, and I'll show off how these will work. This is going to be the same for all buildings, so I won't need to explain it more than that. So the way it works is when you press a button, it will set the building level, and depending on what button you click, so if you click on the level 2 button, it will set it to level 2, which sets the stats based on a data table that contains the stats of what each level should be, and it will set that building level in a function. It does that for all of them. It sets level, spawn count, which then saves to the overall game. I won't go into all of the blueprints because the video is going to be super long, but I'll go into the most important ones. It's using a nice little blueprint interface for the interactables. So because I wasn't even using that in the last game, and I wasn't using any of this for the last game, which is another reason why I wanted to restart on it. Then we have all the spawn systems, so it will only spawn the amount that is based on, this is obviously the, what's it called? The limit, which you can see here, troop is there. This needs to be lowered down, but I can do that outside of the video. Anything else to note about here? For reset buildings, when a building is destroyed, it will set the add-on to hidden, active to hidden. It will then deactivate it, and that's it. But then when it resets the building, it will make it not hidden for both of these, and they will deactivate the spawn point, and there you go. Then you've got the level, it will reset the level, and it will set the collision back to being collidable, and it will add it back to the array, which is going to be on built. So basically, instead of being the unit will search for any unit with the name ally or build means that the target is valid. Destroyed means it's invalid, and that's basically how that will work. So that goes into a short little slice of all the stuff that's been added in throughout the game. Current things that we need to add in are the defensive towers. You should be able to put like arch towers here, and that will be done by basically walking up to them, and you can edit each one here. Obviously, it's not interactable yet, so it does nothing. And you do that for all that. And then there'll be the hero currently has this one attack, which is just like shoots a line out, and if it hits anything, it damages it. It's going to need abilities and stuff like that, which will all be controlled within the headquarters here, or the chieftain hut. And then finally, there will be a troop upgrade system, which will be similar to a resource upgrade totem, which you go over to it, and you can upgrade your troops, which will cast to all troops. So it won't just be individual buildings will spawn individually base level troops. It'll be all of them will spawn the same. So, apart from that, that is everything that has been done so far in the last week or so. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will look forward to showing you hopefully the final stage of the mechanics development, so I can finally start putting some visuals into the game. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.